Tuesday.
Yes, Tuesday, here we come.
Good morning. Good morning. It's a nice one, too.
Man, it was a nice start to the week yesterday. Today's going to be even better. We are in a good stretch right now.
Bring it on, Rutledge.
It might change a little, but for right now, it's going to be fantastic. We're looking at another beautiful day outside across the city today. A live look down at Navy Pier. You see blue skies, blue water, green trees. Everything is looking gorgeous out there today. So expect to see abundant sunshine across the area throughout the day today. You could see an errant cloud here or there, but it will really be few and far between. We're looking at a high today, 84 degrees. Falling back to about 63, which is above normal low temperatures for this time of year. So just a gorgeous day. So get outside if you can and socially distance, of course. Rest of the week looking pretty good until we get closer to the weekend. So we're going to see temperatures slowly increasing as we get closer to the end of the week. Another gorgeous day tomorrow, warmer, clouds moving a little bit midday. We're going to get up to 87 degrees on Thursday. Above normal temperatures, 90 degrees, and you're slowly Thursday and Friday going to start feeling those humidity levels rise. We're going to look at a high of 92 degrees on Friday. Late Friday, early morning Saturday is when we could start seeing some showers and thunderstorms, potentially. Saturday, officially the first day of summer. The solstice technically is at 4:44 p.m. local time. So it is the longest day of the year that day, and it's not going to be the best weather-wise. We're looking at 88 degrees as your high. Chance for some showers and thunderstorms out there, humid air across the area. Sunday, kind of the similar situation, mostly cloudy, scattered showers and thunderstorms possible, 85 degrees. And then Monday, noticeably cooler on Monday, 82 degrees will be your high, partly cloudy, and we're going to feel those humidity levels start to drop off after that system pushes out of the area. So get out and enjoy a couple of gorgeous days in front of us.
Yes, that's the least. I mean, summer, it's 94 days of summer. The countdown is on. Well, Saturday.
Bring it.
Saturday it's on. Got to make the most of it.
Right.
All right, guys. So we'll keep it moving, covering some of the top stories of the day. President Trump is actually expected to sign an executive order on police reform. And it's, of course, in response to growing calls for action, criticism, and all of this in the wake of George Floyd's death and other Black Americans. Senate Republicans are also preparing a package of policing changes. So, of course, we want to hear from them as well. And they're scheduled to announce the order from the White House Rose Garden at 11 a.m. Here's President Trump explaining a little bit more.
And we're going to have some solutions, I think some good solutions. And some of it, as you know, it's about great people. We need great people in our police departments, and we have mostly great people. I would say that. I would say that with certainty. We have mostly great people. I know so many of them, law enforcement. But we will do better, even better. And we're going to try and do it fast.
So a somewhat subdued President Trump there. One of the things that we're expected to see is a database in this executive order that keeps track of officers that have a lot of complaints, so they can't jump around with different police forces. Of course, this all happening at 11 a.m. today. So I'm just curious to see what else we're going to find out.
It's so interesting. It's such a juxtaposition to a week ago we saw President coming out of the White House to go to the church to hold the Bible, and the police force there using tear gas to push the protesters back. I think that's an interesting contrast of how he was utilizing the police force versus the changes he wants to see. Now, we don't have all the details yet, so it will be.
Well, I feel like this whole presidency is a juxtaposition because you have a president who called for the death penalty for the Central Park Five. You have a president that has an attorney general that promotes bad stereotypes of communities of color, yet he's also working with celebrities like Kim Kardashian, Kanye West, to push a criminal justice reform message. And so it's a tricky balance there. The words and actions don't really communicate what some of the policy seems to, but I think people will be happy to see change regardless. I'm interested in what the motives are. Are we really seeing motive from the heart from Trump, or is this like a 2020 campaign type of thing to try to get some of that Black vote siphoned off?
Yeah.
Certainly shall see. But since we are talking about police, let's continue on locally. The FOP Chicago Police president says he's ready to go to court to fight 12-hour shifts for officers. Now, these longer shifts, as you may remember, were implemented when the protests and rioting broke out following the death of George Floyd. Now they're starting up again over concerns tempers will flare over the death of Rayshard Brooks. by a white police officer in Atlanta this past weekend. FOP President John Catanzara says 12-hour shifts are a hazard to already exhausted officers. He says because an emergency was not declared this time, those 12-hour shifts are not justified in the police contract. Whether or not he'll go to court or work it out with the mayor remains to be seen.
Well, I think he makes a good point. It is hazardous for anyone to exert themselves a bunch of hours. Your decision making goes down the more tired you are. So when you're in a position like a police officer, decision making is important. Reasonability and your brain function is important. So he does make a good point there.
I think it definitely deserves a discussion. I mean, I don't think any of us want to come into contact with an officer that's overworked, tired, and not using deductive reasoning because he's exhausted. So it certainly deserves a conversation.
What I think is interesting, though, is this just something he's throwing out there, or is it he's already had discussions with the mayor and they're not going well? Because I don't believe we've heard that. It seems to have gone like, we don't want to work 12 hours, we're going to court. There seems like there's a middle step we're missing.
I don't know. So when we spoke with Catanzara about a month or maybe month and a half ago, he made it sound like they have open dialogue, like they're able to discuss these issues openly. I'm curious as to whether or not that took a turn or if they're on different terms now.
Yeah, love to be a fly on that wall. Well, we got some good news here, okay? Everyone get ready. The Lakefront Trail is going to reopen. It's solely for exercise and transit, though. But yes, it is reopening on June 22nd. That is going to be on Monday. Bars and breweries also opening tomorrow if you want a chance to get your drink on, but they can only carry a maximum number of people, and people can only stay for 2 hours. With the Lakefront, the trail's going to reopen for exercise and transit from 6 o'clock in the morning to 7 p.m. starting Monday. But people have to keep it moving. There's going to be no chilling or relaxing, and there are going to be what Lightfoot calls some social distancing monitors to patrol and make sure that people are, in fact, keeping it moving and not congregating. And the beaches and parks east of Lakeshore Drive, however, are going to remain closed. But people have been calling for the Lakefront to open up. The parks are open, so why not this? This is going to be great for your morning runs.
I'm curious on how the bar situation is going to work because, it's obviously going to be a lower capacity. They say this 2-hour thing. Are they going to, like, people getting a tag when they walk in, like when you go to a deli counter and it says you have to leave at this time? I mean, how is that actually going to be rolled out?
Yeah, how do you manage that? How do you control that? And is every bar going to be able to? Because different ones are set up differently. That's a lot of questions. But to see some reopening happening, I think is exciting for a lot of people.
Yes.
Oh, definitely. I feel like I just need to see water. I need to see a big body of water immediately. I guess this is kind of like the first phase. So you got to go with baby steps. But I want to be able to sit out there, sit on the lakefront, have a picnic or something like that. I want to do all the things that I never normally did. Now that I can't do it, I'm always thinking about it.
Yeah.
Let's keep talking about some good news. Philanthropist Ambassador Faye Hartog-Levin is joining us this morning from the Weinberg Foundation to talk about some pretty significant grants that they're going to be giving out mostly on the west and south sides of the city of Chicago to really help education move along. Faye, thank you so much for joining us.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Yes, you guys have a large chunk of cash to be given to some really good organizations.
Indeed, we do. We're very privileged to have a significant endowment and the ability to give away about $130 million a year, some of which is directed to Chicago because I'm here, and the rest is directed to the places that our founder, Harry Weinberg, had a connection to and where other trustees are living as well.
So how are you guys choosing who gets the money or what money?
Well, there's really several priority areas that we have. We generally focus on housing, health, jobs, and education, but we also do a lot in emergencies, and this is certainly the quintessential emergency. And our emergency relief has gone to both large and small organizations, and our regular grant making goes to those organizations who can demonstrate success with delivering services to people who are experiencing poverty or who are at risk or just need a special leg up.
Why is the South and West Side really the focus of these initiatives?
Because that's where the causes and effects of poverty reside. The housing and homeless crisis, the need for improved education, workforce development, health services are particularly strained in those areas because that is where we have seen the greatest neglect.
I'm curious to know how COVID-19 will affect, or if it will affect, how you guys distribute grants. I'm thinking of a youth program. Well, is that youth program going to be gathering given the situation?
That's a great example, Felicia. We have previously supported Build, which operates on the west side, to do street intervention on gang violence and also to provide tutoring after school. And it's a very hands-on program, and we're very proud to have supported it. But during this crisis, we felt they needed an extra helping hand so they could continue to provide their services remotely. Education is tough when and the after-school programs and the enrichment programs are not functioning as well when everybody is at home. But we also are very much focused on the need for food, so we have supported larger organizations such as the Greater Chicago Food Depository. We have participated in the collaboration and partnership with the COVID Relief Fund funders, both for Chicago and for the state of Illinois, because they know some of the smaller organizations with boots on the ground that can deliver services more directly and more efficiently.
I think so many times people would think of the money going for goods for people, but it really needs to go for the organizations to retain their people so they can still be helping a lot of these kids and these families when they might not otherwise be able to because of work.
Yeah, absolutely. There are just so many pressures right now on people to either keep their jobs, or if they couldn't keep their jobs, have daycare or help to take care of the kids. Some people just need food. Yeah. Some people need rent assistance. There's a terrific organization called All Chicago that is focused on the homeless and preventing at-risk people from homelessness. And sometimes just assistance with rent is enough to get them over the hump. So there are a lot of needs and there are a lot of ways to meet them, and we're very, very fortunate that we can help so many people here in Chicago.
Well, fantastic. Faye, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We want to get the information up on the screen for the Weinberg Foundation. You can find them on Twitter and on Facebook. The website is hjweinbergfoundation.org. And we appreciate you being here.
Mm-hmm. Fabulous. Absolutely fantastic. Yes. Mm-hmm. A lot of people helping out there and jumping in. Okay. So coming up at 11 a.m., remember that's our new time, guys, 11 a.m. That's when you'll next be able to catch us. We have so many people, so many guests that you need to know about, including grocery store Joe. I know Brandon's super excited for this one. He was on season 14 of The Bachelorette.
Yeah, he's a very popular guy.
Yeah, we're also going to be talking to an adoption expert. A lot of people might have put their family plans on hold as all of this started, but there are a lot of kids out there that need homes, and we're going to help get some good information out there to the people.
Yeah, and we're going to talk to a 14-year-old with a master's degree. I'm talking about DJ Tillman. She was in our graduation special. You're going to hear from her about her really, really milestone of a success. It's going to be really, really fun to hear.
We'll see you guys at